So I took a standard piece of mathematics homework about percentages and I put them through uh, AI chatbot. And when I saw this, I'm like, oh my God, what is this happening? What have we done here? Right? Are we looking at a scenario in a very near future where we have children just lazing around, watching TV, playing games, and they have this automaton almost like a automatic robot vacuum, and it's just going around and doing their work for them. At this point in time, at least based on what we are seeing, there is there are some challenges when it comes to some of the high cognitive requirement problems that might be thrown at AI, and of course it's getting better. So now, staying in the same area, so I gave another set of challenges to AI, and this one, look at the basically there is an example. It doesn't give any explanation, but it gives an example, and then it gives you a problem to solve. So we'll look at problem number 18. So look at the example in the green boxes, and then look at problem 18, which is in the white section below. Okay, I'll give you a few seconds first before I get into what these are. Okay, so my answer for is number four, because basically the example shows that this is a it's basically multiplication. The center number in the circle is getting multiplied by the other and then getting added. So basically, if you look at the example 18, it is 3 times 3 plus 3 times 2 plus 3 times 1, and the answer is 18. So that's your left hand side. Same thing over here. If you look at the question number 18 now, basically it will be 5 times 2, which is 10, 5 times 4, which is 20. So that's 10 plus 20, that's 30. We need the answer to be 50. So we need a multiplier which will give us 20. And so that's 4. So the answer is C. Now again, when I gave this image to Google Bard, don't know what it came up with. It came up with the right answer, but its explanation, um, I just could not figure out. I think Google Bard is thinking it's a sequence problem. It came up with the answer, but the explanation just doesn't make sense at all. And I asked for more clarification, and again, it's doing something which is totally garbled for me. And maybe if one of you can look at it and see if there's something that you can make sense out of it. It came up with the right answer though. So now did the same thing, and this time I put it on Bing, the same set of problem. Bing came out thinking it's a probability problem, and it comes up with totally different answers. So again, the point being that if you the higher cognitive demand challenges really challenge the AI at this point in time. Now, if a child could figure out that this is actually is an equation problem, then they can put an equation together and then input the equation and ask the AI to solve. So, for example, in this case, you put an equation saying, now you solve for X. Then, and this one actually went into ChatGPT. ChatGPT came up with the right answer. Okay, and also an explanation on how to solve the equation. But again, it needed the child to say it's an equation. So for the child to actually figure out, looking at the diagram, what the pattern meant. All right, so we'll leave it at this. And again, there are more questions in here, but I'm going to keep moving on from here. We see the same pattern. So now let's think about, with all uh, these examples, the math problems that we have seen, what can we understand? Can we think of a different future image, right? In the I showed you in the prior slides that we were getting worried that what if all these AI tools make our kids lazy with the automaton just doing the work for them. But now that we've seen that these automatons actually do need help, right? So what if we are looking at a different picture, different future picture? And let me present this one, right? So in this future state, the child, you see the child is in full control of their learning, right? They're holding the handle, so they're on an electric bike. They're in full control. They know where they're navigating to. They can navigate. They can change the direction, and they need to be in total charge of what they're doing. But they do have the convenience because it's an electric bike, so they don't have to pedal anymore. Okay, so we've given them a convenience. but they're still in charge of their learning. And that's an image that basically gives more empowerment to our students in terms of they in charge of where they're going with their education. So they're a curious explorer on a riding on an electric bike, okay? Um, and it's just like having a calculator, right? They got a device that could help them, but they still had to know, how to go solve and do what they were supposed to do. And now let's think about the future state for you, for us, the educators, the teachers, right? And I really believe that it's something which could be a little bit different than what we have been used to. So in 1998, the first computer assisted bone segment navigation took place in Germany. It's a surgical procedure that basically allows to find the position of displaced bone fragments. So, if somebody actually went through like an accident and they had bone fragments all over, so it allows this computer device would allow you to see where those fragments are, or it can also assist in positioning the bones, like the artificial fragments that were created during surgery. They could be placed at the right places. So it's mainly used for jaw reconstruction surgery. But in this procedure and similar other procedures, now of course we have other procedures like this where surgeons have these tools that are monitoring while they're doing their surgery and the operations. The surgeon is in full control, but with the help of these high-tech tools, they're able to more precisely go and work on that patient and actually, um, do the job in a more effective way. In a similar capacity for the teachers now you have high-tech tools that you can deploy as you create more precision in how you're educating students. What do I mean by that? As you create more personalized experiences in education for your students. And I think that's the beauty of the future of AI is the child on this electric bike and teachers with their own set of high-tech tools. So we both the teacher and the students have these tools that are helping them being more effective, and you still are in control of what you do. Now, how do we get there? So, couple of quick things here, and I have four strategies to think about. The first one is you have the vacuum, clear up. You have personal tutors, personalize. You have the gloves, go hands on. You have the elevator, ascend. Now, what do I mean by all of these? Okay, and I'm going to go into more details explaining all that next.